Alright, hello. So we have picked up a Macintosh Classic II. Got it off Facebook from some guy who picked it up from some older dude who found this lying around. And basically, the problem with it is that it doesn't show anything other than like this weird black and white pattern. So I'll show you now. I'm gonna power it on. It's pretty cool, just so you have a look at it. Go around this side. Back of it. Apparently this one is an external floppy disk reader. If you want to have one, that is what you use for your mouse and your keyboard. A microphone, of course. And then this one, I can't remember what it's for. I think that's for like fax, and then printer, and then maybe more fax, I don't know. And then obviously your headphone jack, something that is not as popular nowadays. And then yeah, Macintosh Classic. This was probably like 1991, I think. But I think this specific model was made in 1992. So we're gonna power it on. You can hear the fans going. I don't know if you can hear that. So now if we go around this side, that's what we kind of see. So first and foremost, the guy sold it to me and said it was like, that's it, it's broken. So gave it to me for a better price, and the goal is now to fix this. So I have found some videos online and trying to just basically follow what they say. I'll link them down below if I ever do share this video. So yeah, basically we're gonna have a look and we're gonna fix this. So I'll explain what needs to get done or what we need to do, and we're gonna basically have to need to open. We are going to need to open this up. So we're gonna power it off, and please be safe with this. I am not wearing socks for the reason that static apparently is a real thing. And then I have equipped myself with a screwdriver. Basically, it needs to be quite lengthy for the reason that, and thin and long, because the screws to get into it are basically over there, and they do require this screw bit. The thing is though, if you look at how far down they are, it will be quite difficult to get into. So I was lucky that I had this and it worked perfectly, but some people have other ones that work. I'll have the name of the screwdriver on screen so you can know which one it is. And then there's two screws at the bottom as well. So we're gonna unscrew those and then get to it a little bit, because you need to basically have it magnetized. So to get the screws out. As I say, there are only 4 screws. You can see here that like it's quite difficult to get this thing in, and then you need to also find where it catches. So there's, I've got the catch. Now I need to like slowly, bit by bit, kind of unscrew this. So we got these 4 screws out, the 2 bottom ones over here, and then these 2 silver ones off at the top. So now what you need to do is essentially this back portion comes off. So we're going to pick it up, just kind of holding it together, and rotate forward and gently place it down. Let's take this off. So as you can see, the base comes off easier than it does at the top. So you just do like a bit of a pull. Will eventually come off. So big warning now, as you saw on the side over here, that is charged still. It's a CRT screen. I had to do some research into that, because I mean, yes, whilst I always knew about it, I didn't know what could go wrong or whatnot. So basically that suction cup thing over there, underneath that is how you're going to discharge it. So I showed you my tools that I have just now, this cool screwdriver. I just went to the local like lighting shop, and I spoke to the guy there, great guy, super helpful. He basically said I need to ground myself first, so just a copper cable, and although we're on like this like the 3rd floor of a building or whatever, we can just connect this to piping, and then we're going to connect it to this screwdriver thing that is It is insulated for safety, so that's, I think, pretty helpful. I'm pretty scared, to be fair. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I guess to start things off, we need to connect one side of this cable to the just the copper wiring over here. I'm sure there's a more official way for you to do this, but this is how, you know, the guy at the shop said we can do it this way, so we'll see. Oh, okay, so safety notes. Please read the instructions carefully before any electrical work. If in doubt, proceed with the guy said connected to the copper piping, so so we got that there. But now, first things first, let's just give you a bit of an overview as to what we're looking at. So we obviously have the CTR monitor over here. This is I don't quite know what that is yet. We'll figure that out. That is the hard drive, the top part. The next part over there is the floppy drive reader, which is pretty fun. And then this back part over here is the motherboard. And this is now while we saw the lines, apparently there's corrosion on the capacitors. So we're going to firstly unplug this motherboard, because if we discharge this, then it could short circuit the motherboard, right? Yeah. Okay. We think so. We don't know for sure. So but why we have to discharge this is because although it's not still plugged in, it can still carry a charge for days, weeks, months, or apparently even years. Yeah. So we're going to start by basically, we're going to unplug the motherboard. I shouldn't get shocked, right? I shouldn't get shocked, okay.
Is it plugged in as well?
No.
If it's not on, not plugged in.
It's just I can't touch this part.
You what?
I just can't touch this part.
Okay.
I'm asking.
You can touch, if it's not plugged in, there's no electric.
But that's why you have to discharge this first.
I think that's something else.
What do you mean something else?
I don't know. I don't think I've never touched with I've never dealt with these kind of things.
Okay, so
I know with computers you can touch anything as long as it's not plugged in or on.
okay, so we're gonna unplug here like that, and then so we have unplugged the logic board. We can leave that separate over here. Just leave that there. Now comes the part where we have to discharge. Sweet Jesus. So a professional should be doing this. Oh my God, bro. And they said that it could make a sound, it may not make a sound. That's it. I think it's done, which is cool. It's done, I think. So that was a way bigger deal than I thought it would be. A way smaller deal than I thought it would be. So now we need to remove the motherboard, the logic board. Logic board or motherboard?
Motherboard.
Motherboard. So apparently it just slides out. Oh, wait, no. I may just have short-circuited it because there's still one more thing that's plugged in. Now my question is, I've got my computer friend behind me. Would we hear a sound if it's short-circuited?
Yes. Yeah.
We would hear a sound. Okay, so we didn't hear a sound, which leads me to believe that we are on the upper side here. I'm just trying to unplug it. There we go. So I've unplugged it, and we should be able to now just slide the motherboard out. So, a few interesting things. For those who don't know, I didn't know. Motorola makes the processor of this bad boy. Then this is the RAM. So I don't know how to take the RAM out. Do you know how to take the RAM out? Then maybe move these to the side.
Yeah, it looks like you got it and you slide it up. Out.
So there's your RAM, made by Toshiba. I think it's 8, it was like 8 megs of RAM. 90, made in Germany. West Germany. When did the Berlin Wall come down? Okay.
73 is that?
73.
70 is it? Wait. Okay, Google. When did the Berlin Wall come down?
Whoa! So fun fact then, shit. So this is when West Germany was still a thing. Okay. So these are the RAM cards, very different from what I imagine RAM cards look like today. Okay, so if we can get nice and zoomed in on this now. I mean, look like that guy in the video. So these are the capacitors over here. And basically, we don't know, sorry, I'm just moving some dust. It needs to look clean, basically. And we don't quite know what that quite looks like. Right, so my phone went out of storage space, ironically. But basically, where we find ourselves now is I have got the RAM cards removed, and then I've got these things removed. I don't know what they are, but I've called a few friends to basically ask them for some advice, and they said they got mixed opinions. They said I shouldn't probably put it in water, and then I'm seeing a lot more on the internet saying that I should. So we'll give it a bash and we'll see what happens. I mean, what have I got to lose, really? So these are the capacitors, and basically trying to be as careful as possible. That over there is very yellow, and we want to kind of get that clean so then looks silver. So hopefully this is what the cleaning will do. If I give it a try. See over there goes a bit more silver. So hopefully that'll work and we can see what the outcome is. Okay, so we've got some soapy water, and I was looking on Reddit and they basically said that I must just unload the board first. So I imagine that means taking the RAM cards out and the battery, and then also these things. So I'm quite nervous, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what's going to happen, and I mean, people I've spoken to, they have heard it being done before, so let's just calm me from doing this. Okay. There it is. So I'm gonna leave it in for about like an hour or two, maybe 3 hours, and hope it gets cleaned. So now I've taken it out the water. As you can see, it's still quite a bit wet over here. I've got a kid's toothbrush, as these are quite, I guess, gentle. And I'm just gonna now go and start gently trying to clean in certain areas. So I am in my bathroom and leaving this to dry. I've got a bit of sunlight coming through, and then you know, I'm not leaving it in the sun. I'd rather not do that. This is now after leaving the motherboard in soapy water for about, I'd say 45 minutes, and then I basically took it to then give it a nice scrub with the toothbrush. I have scrubbed these places that look significantly better. I mean, I'm seeing now it's still a bit yellow on this one, which kind of sucks. And then also basically then what I was doing is I got like compressed air to like spray it clean, or spray it dry, but unfortunately that led to it being quite cold. So then I then was having to like literally just use my mouth and like you know, so it's getting there. I mean, it's basically been drying for now about like, I'd say half an hour. And I twice now I like let it dry for 15 minutes, and then I kind of like just around the board, basically inside there, and then on the backwards again, especially over there, and then I try to do around like the processes, because I don't quite know if it goes underneath or not. So if anybody who does know would love to shed some light, that'll be great. But so what I did find though, on this chip here, you can see like horrendous corrosion over there. Sorry, my disgusting fingers. So that is not very good, and I hope if it doesn't work, I'm gonna blame it on that. I'm just gonna say that this is the problem here. So if it doesn't work again, I guess what I could do is just revisit that. Actually, I'll make it a toothbrush now. I'm gonna, where is this? Where are we recording? Ah, okay. So this is the one with the issue. Look how disgusting it looks. Oh my days. Boom. Okay, so let's give this a bash. See how it says, basically it says regret without the R, because I'm gonna regret doing this, but sorry, my jokes are something I can work on as well. I mean, and just off the bat, you can see a massive difference there. So I'm going to keep going on this side now. I mean, it's difficult to really tell. It's quite royally destroyed. And now I'm seeing over here as well. So this capacitor must be the one that's leaking so much, because like that's my nail making marks in the gunk that is the capacitor leak. So having a look now, I can't really compare, but I think it does look a bit better. Oh my god. I think it does look a bit better over there. And then now that made me look at that and look how dirty that is, man. Oh my god. So obviously because it's close to these capacitors, I'm gonna go on give these a scrub. I think that looks quite alright. After cleaning this stuff, I left the board to dry for about 24 to 48 hours, 24 to 28 hours, in a warm room with out of direct sunlight, but with a lot of light in the room. And I plugged everything back in, and here we go. Basically put the ROMs back inside. I think it's ROM, and then the memory, the RAM, and then the battery. So now we're gonna slide it back in.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help.
And I need to first get these cables back. Okay, Google. Pulse.
And then, oh, break it first. So as we slide it down, we're going to just plug things back in.
How easy would it be for waiters and waitresses to just take pictures? No, just buy a shot. How easy it would be. So easy. When you give them the little box and they walk
Okay.
away with it.
So I think we're good. We can leave it all off for now, and basically we don't know. I'll see if it works. Moments of truth. There's a sound now. It's a cursor. What? Success? Whoa!
Play Fortnite on it now.
Oh my god, it actually works.
Okay, Macintosh. Play Dank Memes.
Yo! What? Oh my gosh.
Paint, dude.
That's from me in 1992.
Yeah, 1992.
Dick pics. It's a lovely bit there.
These things waited.
This is it, you know. This is it. It actually works. We're having quite a good time right now. Busy just, I don't know, like playing some games here. It made a sound when it booted up, and I guess that's... we can validate that it actually works, you know. We got some coding music in the background. But yeah, Macintosh Classic II with a broken screen actually works. Well, broken motherboard works.